Hello there everyone, and welcome to my 100% playthrough of Ashes 2063 on Apocalypse. This is the tutorial map, Map 0, Garage Punk. Well, welcome. Welcome back to this beautiful post-apocalyptic world. Welcome to Ashes, the total post-apocalyptic Doom conversion. So yes, this is the next episode in the Ashes series. This is Ashes 2063. Which is actually the first episode that was released. But, chronologically speaking, it is the second episode. And this is the tutorial level, which I don't think has always been a part of this episode. I think it's somewhat newer. And it seems a little bit weird to be doing a tutorial episode, or map, now, when we've already gone through a whole episode, which is, in my opinion, significantly more difficult than this one is. But hey, it's part of the episode pack. Some areas require jumping or crawling, especially secrets. Oh boy, do they ever. But yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and play this level because it does feed directly into the first map, like the actual legit first map. So easy. You can hop through sludge and nukage, but it is best to avoid it entirely. So this nukage down here is a bit unique in that it does not raise your Geiger counter. It instead will give you, like, instant radiation sickness. And remember, looks like cannibals lurk here. Make sure you bound a key to your alt fire and boot knife. Oh yeah, this knife right here, that's the boot knife, by the way. So you can use that whenever you have any kind of weapon brandished. Or you can swap to the crowbar. Speaking of the crowbar, wait, was I saying something before? Oh yeah, remember in this episode and in Dead Man Walking, radiation sickness will hurt like hell, so try not to get it. Save ammo with melee weapons, but don't forget to reload your guns. I don't think that'll be a problem. Yeah, in this little junkyard here we have 4 cannibals. Let's go ahead and bash them. Now, to my... Yep, that's a hawk. To my recollection, there is no new enemy other than the final boss and the different, like, Raider clan. There are no other new enemies. You will still have the cannibals, as you've seen. You will still have the bug dogs. Missed the text. Basically just said something's gonna be broken for loot, but watch out for the explosives. Like those. You know what? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'll just be very careful with me crowbar. Just carefully smash everything I see. But yeah, you have your cannibals, you have your new, quote-unquote, new Raider clan. There is no one in the new Raider clan that has akimbo Glocks, though. I'll tell you that much right now. You have your bug dogs, you have haunts, you will still have the trash hags. I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, enemy variety isn't, like, too big a point in the Ashes series, but really it's not even a negative. This lantern can be used to navigate darker areas and even recharges in sunlight. Yes, you get your solar lantern in this tutorial map, by the way. Whereas ordinarily, you wouldn't even get it until map 2. Albeit pretty much at the beginning of map 2. Now, inside here, you have a dead bug dog corpse. It's a little foreboding. And you actually have a pretty nasty ambush here. So when you walk far enough through this part of the hallway, both those doors instantly open and a cannibal will actually come out of both doors. So what I do is I like to open the doors and immediately run out. And you gotta be quick because you can get pinned in there. And if you get pinned against cannibals, yeah, you're probably dead. I mean, you don't really have anything good to take out a group of cannibals with. Like, yeah, the crowbar is fine and all whenever there's... Whoops. Whenever there's a good amount of distance between you and them, but... Would you stop serpentining and just come right for me? I hate when they do that. Like, 9 times out of 10 when I'm trying to crowbar a cannibal and I, like, whiff one of my shots and he hits me, it's because he just keeps going diagonally like this. So I guess I have to give him some credit. Go ahead and get a first aid kit here. Some more 45 Colt. But yeah, like I was saying, all you have right now is a crowbar and your 45 revolver. That's it. Now you will be getting a pipe bomb upstairs in the next room. Pretty standard ambush, but some cannibals can be more inventive. I'd say these ones were plenty inventive enough. This is a very narrow hallway to be caught in. And honestly, even if you are more well-armed, this is still a very suboptimal place to be taking on 3 cannibals. I mean, even the MAC-10, you'd probably chew through your entire magazine going through 3 cannibal. Well, maybe not the entire one. But still, you don't have much room to... Like, if you don't cross the line depth that opens those doors and then immediately head out, because there's nowhere safe to run through here. You just get pinned in this dead end because there's this barred door right here, which you cannot open because it's barred. So, yeah. Anyway, in here, we see something a little unique. We have never seen this before. If you place a pipe bomb on the floor, it can be disarmed by pressing use on it. Careful. Yeah, so I completely failed to mention this in Dead Man Walking. Pipe bombs also have an alt fire. So basically, instead of lighting the fuse on fire and then throwing it like a grenade, the scabber will instead, I guess, kind of extend the fuse and put it on the ground like a trip bomb. Or a trip mine, whatever you want to say. That mechanic that you just saw right here, where there's already a live trip bomb, pipe bomb, or pipe bomb, trip bomb on the ground, that is never seen in this episode at all, unless you lay it yourself. The only episode where you can actually find live pipe bomb, trip bombs on the ground is actually in the next episode, which is Ash's Afterglow. And you don't even see it, like, terribly often in that episode, but they are there, and you gotta be careful because, like I said, pipe bombs are plenty powerful. And if you trip over one, like if you trip the tripwire and it blows up, you're more than likely dead. It's strong. Let's just end it there as I use it to completely blow those bug dogs up into oblivion. And then cave in the skull of this one. Now, as you probably saw, why, look at this. Our motorcycle. Just like from the final map of Dead Man Walking. But, well, it's inside of what looks like a mechanic's garage. Are we going to actually get to ride it? I'll stop my terrible acting right now and go ahead and say, yes, you do get to ride the motorcycle. And while it is... There we go. While it is incredibly fun to ride, you have to be very, very careful. So, to get on your motorcycle, simply approach it and hit use, which for me is E. And, yeah, for some weird reason, you can walk right through it. It doesn't have any collision. I guess, basically, you're still the scaver. You just have, like, a different texture on your first-person model. I guess that's why the motorcycle itself doesn't have any collision. So, yes, we have to get on our hog here. Go ahead and steer myself in reverse. And we have to jump over this ramp. Now, I don't know if there's any boost for this thing, but just accelerate. Be very careful. Slow down immediately. If you slam into a wall on this thing, like directly, now if you skid against it, it's not quite as bad, but if you run into a wall directly, even if you're not going very fast, oh man. You will, you'll feel it. I'll just put it that way. So try, for the love of all things holy, please try not to do that. And if you just very minorly scrape something, you will take no damage. It just sounds like you will, but you won't. Oh. Hi there, sir. Get off my road. Anyway, we'll leave the motorcycle here for now because, yep, you can jump to get off your hog if you see something interesting, like this abandoned gas station with a dead bug dog. Fear not, there is no opposition in here. Just 2 pieces of food and another .45 revolver for some of them extra bullets. So we have 1 more kill to go. We still have 1 secret to find and 4 more items. So all we gotta do now is head on through this here tunnel. This very Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote looking tunnel. Towns are a good place to trade, not a good place to fight. Yeah, don't shoot the guard or else he'll fire back on you. This is a completely optional area. You just get another piece of exposition, I guess. It just tells you how to use the lantern or where it's most ideal to use it. And yeah, it says it's best played in the dark, which, I mean, if I wasn't recording this, I would agree, but you know, YouTube already has the propensity to make videos look really, really freaking dark, so I'd rather not have that happen. So again, I think I will use the lantern more here than I did in Dead Man Walking, but still not too much. Anyway, we're back home. Let's use the switch to enter our pad. And carefully park our hog and get off. We're not going to exit just yet. We're going to go up into our little bedroom here. Lots of food. Piece of junk. And then we're going to go to the right of the exit. We have a friendly raider-looking guy here. Sup, Scav? You want to use my shooting range? It's your lucky day. Only $60. Deal. Have fun in there, Scav. Yes. $60, and now we can get in. So normally, when you try to use this, it says you need a silver utility key, but if you pay the scrap to the raider guy... What was his name? Wez. Yeah, not Wes. Wez. W-E-Z. If you pay $60 to Wez, he lets you in. Now, here's the actual shooting range, and I swear it's impossible to actually shoot those bottles with this gun. I've tried. I'm not going to waste my ammo, because it's not really worth it. You don't get anything for doing it. And bottles don't really make good target practice for this mod anyway. But the more important thing it lets you access is the secret. But as you can see, we have a couple more things to pick up and one more kill. Well, let's go ahead and get one of each of those right now. Just going to go into this little destroyed building here. Here's a piece of junk, which I don't even know what that is. Like washers, I guess. And there's a cannibal down there. Go ahead and waste him. Nothing else in here. So once you get that, whatever the hell that is, I'm going to say it's probably water. It might be like washers, nuts, and bolts or something. Who knows? And yes, look around for alternate paths and places where goodies might be stashed. Like right there. And that, I'm guessing, is like a spool of wire or something, or a spool of solder. I don't know. But that's it. We're done. Let's get out. And that is Garage Punk, the tutorial level of Ashes 2063. Definitely a good way to introduce the player to all the mechanics of the game. And like I said, or mechanics of the mod, like I said, I don't think this map was even included in the several initial versions of the mod. I'm pretty sure this is somewhat new. So, as you can see in the description, the version of Ashes that I'm using is called Ashes Standalone, which is a download package that contains, you know, both of the episodes in the tutorial map. But the version of 2063 that I'm using that's a part of that package is called Ashes 2063 Enriched. And I think Enriched, because it was released as a standalone download before the whole Ashes standalone thing, because Dead Man Walking used to be another separate, like it was its own standalone download when it first came out. But when Ashes 2063 Enriched first came out, I think that may be what introduced this map. But anyway, no need to take too many guesses on that. Not really that important. That was Garage Punk, the tutorial level, which was kind of weird to have a tutorial level in the technically not first episode, but hey, splitting hairs yet again. But that was Garage Punk. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you'll have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you for the first map of Ashes 2063. And like I said at the end of Dead Man Walking, the Ashes series only gets better from here on out. You'll see soon enough. Until that time comes, I'll see you all when I see you. Bye-bye.